Hi, in this video, I want to discuss how to implement service charge in payroll. So some establishments like hotels, restaurants are collecting service charge from their customer. Okay, so you yourself might have encountered this when you are eating in some of the restaurants like Shakey's, Pizza Huts, Max, and so on. Okay, so normally those service charges are being distributed to the employees. Okay, but first of all, what is service charge? Okay, so service charge is the amount that is added to a bill for any work or service performed. So how is it distributed? So previously in the old law, it will be 85% for employees and 15% to management. But that's not the case right now, because right now we have a new law. Okay, so this law is from the Department of Labor and Employment, and it is from the Department Order number 206 series of 2019. So it is about the service charges collected by hotels and restaurants. So there are many provisions on this department order, but the most important is that this section 3, distribution of service charges. So it says that all service charges actually collected by covered establishments shall be distributed completely and equally based on actual hours or days of work or service rendered among the covered employees, including those already receiving the benefit of sharing in the service charges. So as you can see, it will now be 100%. There's no more share for the management, because previously it was 15%, but right now no more. Everything will be given to the employees, no? But of course it will be distributed accordingly based on the actual hours or days of work or service rendered. Okay, so how do we implement this service charge in HR Tech Payroll? Okay, first we need to do some settings. Okay, so one of them is the compensation type. Okay, so if we go to the settings and then compensation type, so one of these is the service charge. Okay, so you can define compensation as service charge, but the most important field among these fields is that the tax classification. Okay, so tax classification should be service charge, and also payment schedule should be manual, because it should not be automatic. Like if you say per period or last period, in that case the system will get it from the compensation or salary. But in this case, there will be a separate source that will be the service charge. So therefore, you need to make the payment schedule manual. Now about the rate type, actually it doesn't matter. The program doesn't read this when the tax classification is service charge. But to make it somehow consistent with the compensation, you can make the rate type as percent. Annual ceiling is only applicable for de minimis, and then here you can put the payroll type as service charge. For example, it's only applicable for service charge, and then on the account you can put here commission, because by the way in the 2316 it will be on the column of the commission, but on the payroll, service charge will be on the other taxable allowances. Okay, which I will show you later when we generate the payroll. Okay, so another configuration that we need to do is the payroll type. So in the payroll type, if we go to the settings and then payroll type, we should have one payroll type called service charge. Okay, so we can make the description service charge. Salary rate basis, you can put let's say other compensation. And then here I mentioned that exclude no earning, because not all the employees of the establishments are entitled uh, for the service charge. Okay, mostly service charges are only distributed for the employees who are doing the direct service to the customers, the frontliners, we can say, like for example, the service crews, the waiters, the cooks, uh, room boys, and so on. Okay, so those that are in the managerial position, they don't have the benefit for the service charge. Okay, so that's why we will put here exclude no earnings, so that those without service charge will not be listed in the payroll. Okay, and then on the payroll item, make sure that one of them is the service charge. Okay, in our case, we will do a payroll wherein the only item on that payroll is service charge. So that means we don't have basic pay, other allowances, taxes, and so on. Okay, so we will process only the service charge. But of course, if you wanna include the service charge in a regular payroll, you can do so. Okay, but in my case, just to simplify my explanation, I separated it from the other type of payroll. Okay, so another thing is the department. Now on the department, if we go to the settings and then department, here for every department, like technical, there will be the SC share percent or service charge share percent. So this is actually refers to the how many percentage of the working hours will be included in the share or distribution of the service charge amount. Okay, so in this case, for technical department, it will be 100%, but on some, like for example, sales department, it's only 33.33%. Okay, so I will show you the calculation when we talk about the SC share or service charge share. Okay, and then of course this department will be assigned to the employees, as you know already. Okay, so yeah, that's it. So we are now ready to do the service charge. Okay, now we have a module in the payroll. If you go to the payroll, there is a service charge. Now under this module, there are two forms. No, one is the service charge and the other is the SC share. So on this service charge, we are putting all the amount of service charge that were collected for the company. Okay, so we will put here the transaction date when the service charge was collected, and also the total service charge. Okay, another thing is the SC share. So here we are actually showing how the service charge that were entered in the service charge will be distributed for each employee. So how much is the SC amount or the service charge amount shared by the employee? Okay, now for the service charge, so normally we are not entering this one by one inside the HR Tech. What we do is we are uploading this. Okay, So let's go to the my projects, HR Tech, no, logs uploader. Okay, here. But then let me show you first the Excel itself. So the Excel itself for the service charge should be in the C HR Tech here. Okay, so the columns are the company code, the transaction date, and then the total service charge for each date. So as you can see, for each company and each state, you have to enter the total service charge collected. Okay, so we have here from October 1 up to October 13. So we will upload this. Okay, so all of these columns are required. That means you should not leave any of these columns empty, and it should be arranged on this way. Okay, company code, transaction date, and the total service charge. Okay, so once we have this, we can now run our uploader. So on the command prompt, we will type upload SC, short for service charge, and then press enter. So as you can see, the last message is uploading was done successfully. Okay, so if we will now go to our service charges from October 1 up to October 15, so you'll see that we have service charges, okay, for each date, which is equivalent to the Excel that I have shown you. Okay, let me exit this one. So let us review again. So as you can see, there is 10,000 on the October 1, 12,000 for October 2, and 15,000 for October 3. So here 10,000, 12,000, and 15,000. Okay, and so on. Okay, so that's it. That's how to upload the service charges in the system. Now after uploading, we are now ready to distribute it to the employees. So to distribute, we will go to the SC share, and then here on the operation, you just click distribute SC share. Okay, so on the SC share distribution, we will put here the starting and ending date. For example, you say from October 1 up to October 15. Okay, so actually you have the option to enter it on a daily basis. It is not necessary that you need to process this on a one cut-off period. No, it's not required. Okay, so you can process let's say October 1 to October 1, and then October 2 to October 2, and so on. So it depends on how you want your operation will be. Okay, the thing here is that you need to process each day, whether in bulk or one by one, it doesn't matter. Okay, so after entering the start date and ending date, you need to click submit. Okay, so as you can see, there's a message, SE share was successfully generated. So if there is no error, that means our SE share was successfully generated. So to confirm, we will see the data from October 1 to October 15. So as you can see, it is distributed to the employees, and the total is 136,000, as we have seen in the service charge. Okay, so as you can see for Abad Kim Yoon, so for each attendance the SE hours is the same. Okay, but for Bernardo Catherine, the attendance is 9 hours, but the SC hours, or the service charge hours shared by Bernardo Catherine, is only 3. So why is that so? Because if we go to the for Abad Kim Yoon, if we go to the job and then the department, so the department is technical. So if we go to the technical department, as we have seen previously, it is 100%. But if we go to Bernardo Catherine, so the department is sales. So as we have seen on our previous screen, it was 33.33%, right? So when we go back to our SC share, this is 33%. So 33% of 9 is 3. Actually, it is 2.99, but the system is already making the round up necessary. So therefore, this is only 3. So if you get the total for this and divide by this total SC hours, that will be the SC share amount per hour. So if you multiply that for each hour, you will get this. So as you can see, the total is 136,000. Okay, so once we have prepared this SC share, we are now ready to do the payroll. Okay, so make sure you do these things before you do the payroll. So if we now go to the payroll, and then here we will add the new record. So we will put here the office, pay frequency is semi-monthly, payroll type is service charge in this case. Okay, so we will get the next period, so we don't need to enter this one by one. So as you can see, it is from October 1 to October 15, and let us now save it. Okay, so action was done successfully. So if we go to the summary, as you can see, there are only 2 employees. That is because we removed those employees that have no service charge by turning on the exclude no earning in our payroll type that I've shown you before. Then as you can see, for it is here in the other allowances. Okay, so for Abad Kim Yoon, it's 99,068.70, and for Bernardo Catherine is 36,931.30. Okay, which is actually equal to the total of 136,000. So it will also be the net pay. That is because in our payroll type, we didn't mention that we need to process the basic pay. So there is no basic pay, there is no e-COLA, there is no overtime, and there is no other allowances for this for this de minimis, holiday pay, and so on. We don't have also deductions for tax and the SSS loan. So everything is only for the service charge. Okay, and if we go to the compensation and other benefits, you will see here the breakdown for employee. So you can see there is here the amount and also the comment for the service charge, which is actually equivalent to our summary. Okay, so that ends our discussion regarding the service charge. So if you have any question or any doubts about the calculation, just put it on the comments below. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.